Memorial. 5 side steps. March. Forward. March. One side step. March. Ready. Step. Wait. Forward. March.
There you have the Armed Forces body bearers who placed that casket on this horse-drawn carriage. It is now headed to cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge solo. Just that carriage with John Lewis. And the meaning of that, the memorial of that place, the memorial of the accomplishments of the civil rights movement, the crushing of segregation, segregationist laws in this country, all of that will be symbolized as that horse-drawn carriage goes across the bridge.